Welcome again to the Franciscan Heritage here in Indianapolis, Indiana, as we celebrated the 20th Sunday in Ordinary Time. You know, there's a very important message here. In the Old Testament, Isaiah is saying that God said to him that God wants to be available for everybody. And in the very last phrases, so that my house of prayer may be for all people. Well, you know, in the second reading, St. Paul is doing exactly that. Christian community at the beginning was dealing only with the Jewish people. And Paul said, no, we have to give this truth to everybody because that is what Jesus wanted us to do. And of course, there was a big commotion in the church. Peter said, no, we're supposed to be dealing with the Jewish people. And that's when we had the first ecumenical council in which they decided that everyone is to be invited and to be a part of the movement that Jesus started. Well, you know, my dear friends, we still have that problem. You know, our center is interfaith, so it's very inclusive. And many years ago, we had a couple of people in our community who were very upset about a particular person who was part of our community. And a couple of these people came to me and to some of the people on the board and said, look, we want you to remove this person from this community, and if you don't, we're leaving. And we made it very clear that our community here is inclusive, not exclusive. And so we had a part of the community here that left. Now, I don't know exactly how all of that went after that. I've not been in touch with that segment of the people that left. But it's very clear that the Gospels tell us we have to be open to everyone. And that's what we're about here in the Heritage. You know, I was really moved when I went to Australia one time. And I met up with a couple of people who told me about a community chorus that they started. And there was a person who was homeless, who was outside the church while they were having a rehearsal. And this homeless person had a very good voice. And so he walked into the church and started to sing with them. Well, he asked if he could be part of the choir. And they said, yes, of course. So among all of these people was this homeless person who was very poorly dressed, who needed a shower, and they included him. He was so excited. He started to tell some of his other friends who were living on the street about this choir, and they kept getting more and more people until eventually they started a choir that was made up of homeless people. And they became very famous. They cut some recordings and started to generate enough income to help some of these people to go up the street and get their feet back on the ground and start taking care of themselves, which made room in the chorus for other homeless people. So you know, my dear friends, that's the kind of model that you and I have to reflect. There is to be no exclusion of anyone. We are a human family. And you know, I think that it is really important for all of us to understand that first, but then in our lives, accept everyone who comes into our life, and to reach out for everyone who is in our life. And you know, this is one of the blessings, I think, of some of the tragedy that we are experiencing at this point. You know, Hawaii is going through trauma. And people all over the world are reaching out to help those people. And they're not asking what political party you belong to or what religion you belong to. All they want to do is help. That's the mentality. So the application is there anyone in your life that you have excluded? Sometimes that can be as close as family. And I'd like to have you during this week look at the relationships that you have. Make sure that you are including everyone. And see what you can do by following the example of Jesus. And reach out for people who other people might not want to include in their relationships. And by your example, show them how we can live as a human family in love and joy and in peace. I hope you have a wonderful week. God bless you all. And remember, you are a powerful spiritual being. You can make a difference. God bless.